My next job as a leader of the team is to recruit employees to be a part of a 6-person team to recommend a new performance evaluation system. In this presentation, I will go over methods of building an effective team, internal and external dynamics and how they affect the team, how members will be selected for the team, how important the role of diversity is when it comes to teams, and how I will coach them. There are countless ideas of how an effective team can be built. First, each member must be identified by what their strengths are, match them with the role of the team they would work best at, and see what parts of those need some improvement so they can be worked on. If the team puts trust in each other, it will strengthen the bond between them and create a positive work environment, which will increase team productivity. One thing to also consider is getting feedback from other team members on what the strengths and weaknesses are of the team members so there can be multiple perceptions of the member. They must be measured based on team contribution versus individual performance. For a team to keep moving in a direction, it is important to set goals that are not only specific, but also that everyone is on board with. Goals can state what is required in terms of time, materials, money, or anything else as long as it is specific. For example, instead of saying the goal is to increase sales within the next year, say sales should increase by 10% or whatever percentage is realistic to reach for. Along with having a clear goal, it is important that everyone on the team has clarification on how to complete the tasks to avoid misunderstanding. This can be done by putting a description of the job in an application for new employees or giving a piece of paper with a description for current employees doing a new task. Because some goals will not be met by even the best teams and employees, it is important to keep a positive tone by noting the positive notes while also constructively addressing what may have went wrong without putting blame on anyone. Examples of what could be pointed out are strong communication, great customer service, or maintaining a positive attitude. The setbacks could be brought up as an opportunity to improve. Dynamics relate to what causes change, growth, or activity within a business. Positive dynamics can result in more creativity and innovation within the team, while negative dynamics can result in poor behavior and an inability for decision making. If an organization is going to have positive dynamics, it starts with the leader doing well in his position. This is why it is important to know what roles the leader can implement or enable for both internal and external dynamics. When it comes to internal team dynamics, the leader finds ways to assign roles for the team members to provide to create positive dynamics. Roles within internal team dynamics include the harmonizer, who supports and praises the team's efforts, the compromiser, who is willing to change what his part is to benefit the team, and the commentator, who shows a reaction or response to the results of the team's efforts. There are also external dynamics where roles naturally come to the team members instead of being assigned to the leader. External roles for external dynamics are the buffer, who protects the team from bad news, the advisor, who advises the team on what to consider when proceeding with a task, the gatekeeper, who controls how the information flows through the team, the coordinator, who keeps team members focused on goals and tasks, and the strategist, who devises plans on managing resources and how to deal with threats. What I would do with internal dynamics is that I would make sure the leader recognizes the positive elements of what the team does so they will repeat that in the future. He must also consider what should be willing to change if it helps the entire team. For external dynamics, when the leader gives advice, he should explain not only what the advice is, but give a clear understanding of why to take the advice. He must also be able to make sure every member understands what the goal is of the task and that everyone is completing their jobs properly. All the roles in both of these team dynamics will create a well-balanced team that can meet the goals within the organization and potentially innovate more methods to increase their productivity. As it is my job to recruit employees to create a new team, I will now go over how I will select members for my team. It is important that team members have certain qualifications so the dynamics of the team will help the employees be productive with their tasks. For parts of the project that require technical skills, I will find someone that is able to demonstrate strong knowledge of technological applications used for our projects. This will prove that they have the competence to be able to be a part of the team that can perform daily tasks to the best of their ability. If someone is not a technical person nor knows little of the application, taking the time to get an employee and to reach that level can hinder the potential progress a project can reach compared to someone who already has at least proficient knowledge. Secondly, the team members must have the qualities of a team player. This means that even though each member may have to do some work individually, they will have to be able to come together to communicate their goals, plans, and be attentive and open-minded to other members' inputs. Also, part of being a team member is taking responsibility for your actions. This means you must take accountability for your mistakes, and in turn, trust will be gained from the other members. If someone makes a mistake, he must use it as an opportunity to get feedback from the team or boss so he can make changes with how he completes his tasks. Team members must also be flexible to the needs and schedules of their co-workers, like covering for their shifts if they cannot work. Finally, the team should consist of members who can establish positive relationships with the rest of the team, including constructive criticism instead of treating the member as a problem. Consider what is best for the whole team and give positive recognition to those doing their part successfully. Leaders must also be willing to learn from the other team members, as he may make mistakes himself or see points of view from the team that he did not think of. Here is where I will go over the meaning of team diversity and how it will be effective towards the team. Diversity in team members relates to anything that makes them different, whether it is race, cultural background, age, or gender. When teams have diverse members, each member can make different contributions that others may not be able to make due to different experiences. Because members will have different strengths, that can help sort them out to different parts of tasks that need to be completed. This will also result in companies being able to offer more products and services. Also, when the diverse team members interact, it can create a learning experience for the team, whether it is related to the workplace or not. The learning experience can create a positive bond within the team and motivate them to keep working, which can result in improved performances. What is really important is that team diversity can increase the creativity and innovation ability within a team, meaning that it can result in more effective and efficient methods of the productive process of what they do in an organization. What is a bonus is that diversity can also boost a company's reputation by having an inclusive image. And with this kind of image, both current and potential employees will feel valued and give more business to the organization. According to the Module 4 notes, there are 3 elements of coaching: functions, times, and conditions. Functions relate to the different coaching methods used to improve team performance, which include education, motivation, and consultation. It is important that all members have competence with the skills they are supposed to provide with their roles to prevent threats of performance and improve synergy within the team. One great example of coaching is by consistently giving the employees feedback on what habits to keep and what can be changed. If some employees are bored, I could find a way to challenge them so that not only can they enhance performance, but also achieve personal growth. When I use these coaching methods, I will make sure it is towards the tasks and processes and use factual information over emotions. Times relate to knowing when the most appropriate time for or the coaches to come into the project and improve its effect. This should happen because if a team member needs help, they may need to know the best time to consult the coach, depending on what type of coaching is needed. The best strategy for me as a leader to use is to provide a schedule on when I will be available for coaching. The schedule should be consistent so that the employee can avoid unpredictability on when they should ask for help. Finally, conditions are what areas the coach will be able to help with making the performance easier. So I will inform the members on what tasks I am strong at being able to help with.